Oh shit. Here we go again. Here we go again, my friends. Welcome back. What's poppin', my friends? Here I come. Here I come. Man, Israel has to be stopped, my friends. Here, let me take this off. What's poppin'? Welcome, my friends, my family. Welcome to another special edition of a soon-to-be banned Nick at Night stream. If you're watching this live right now, you are in for a special treat. You get to see this stream before the algorithm. Like, bro, you're not allowed to go live and cover extremely important events and go through this live with your friends and family at RBN. They're just like Saturday, right? Because why not go live? I was playing 2K with my brother. I'm a big basketball fan, as you guys know. We play. I use video games. Video games is a great way to bond with your friends and family. And I found that later in life, especially as a lot of my brothers and friends, they got work, they got kids. I mean, one of my brothers got a whole ass fucking house, family, kids. Like, video games is a great way for us to actually hang out. Like, it's a great, like, playing online, coming out. Yeah, I play UFC. I see you, Kevin. A lot of people who trash talk video games, they don't know what they're missing. It's a great way for older friends to hang out when we don't have time to like kick it like we used to. You know what I mean? So that's what I was doing. And then the group chat in Hotspot blew up because you guys know my brothers and sisters at Hotspot. Big shout out to them. They working overtime right now. They got a lot of the footage that we need to look at. I'm gonna read this article here soon, but big shout out to my friends at Hotspot who giving us this footage of this insane escalatory strikes by Israel. So I'm here. I'm playing 2K with my brother, and all of a sudden I'm distracted. I can't even pay attention to shit no more because that's my life now, my friends. My life is I can't enjoy shit no more. I'm watching WrestleMania, one of the craziest WrestleManias of all time, but I'm over here thinking about World War III in Gaza. I'm thinking about the genocide of Palestine. That's the reality of my life. You guys know I went live and I missed a large part of UFC 300 on Saturday. I'm a big, long-time MMA fan. I've been an MMA fan since the Pride days, since the early 2000s. And I missed UFC 300 for you guys to cover the insanity that we are living through right now. So please leave a like and subscribe because we are witnessing the most disgusting people, Israelis. Most disgusting animals that is the perfect example of the failure of international law. What we're witnessing right now is a failure of international law to hold these terrorist animals responsible for their push for never-ending war and conflict and death and murder. They're literally a death cult. Remember how Iran, they launched their strikes, but they was very telegraphed. There was very telegraphed retaliations by Iran. It pretty much gave Israel and their allies plenty of time to respond. There was no intention to cause massive civilian harm, and there were no deaths. And this is a move that would telegraph about 12 days in advance to give Israel plenty of time to react. So Iran responds the way they're legally allowed to after Israel launched a strike and murdered people on Iranian soil, on an Iranian embassy in Syria. So after that, Iran responds, and like I said, and we talked about this with Scott Ritter, in a very calculated and measured way. And then after that, there was a ton of people who want to see Israel face accountability. That when they heard, like, Iran was like, all right, after we do this strike, we now consider this matter resolved. Do you guys remember when Iran said that? Iran said after those strikes that was highly telegraphed, that was designed to do as minimum damage possible, but just to send a message. They said, we now consider this matter resolved, my friends. After Iran said they consider this matter resolved, essentially giving Israel a giant exit ramp when Iran had no reason to do that. Iran had no reason to give Biden, the United States, and the West the exit ramp and give Israelis way to save face, but they did regardless. Despite the fact that Iran did this, now Israel is now going full-fledged offensive. Now the scale of the damage we are still examining, and we're going to learn a lot during the course of the stream going through the live coverage here. There's a lot of reporting. You got Iran that's launched strikes on Iraq, Syria, and Iran. It's an insane offensive that will be remembered in history. This will be the moment where historians be like, all right, Iran had the retaliatory strike. This is where people can cool things down. And Israel went fucking batshit crazy and willing to plunge the world into global war. This is the moment. Yeah, they hit in Iraq and Syria. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're gonna go through everything right now. Here's some coverage from Hotspot showing the strikes. Big shout out to my friends at Hotspot. I'm gonna be following their Twitter account a lot today. Here's some more live updates. Explosion heard near Iranian city of Isfahan. Iranian news agency reports. Multiple explosions were heard near a military installation in Isfahan, according to reports from Iranian semi-official Fars News, where fighter jets are located in northwest part of the city. Iranian air defenses have been activated in several provinces, the news state agency reported Friday. I've been working on it, guys. I hear you guys not try my best. When it comes to pronunciation, I try my best, my friends. I'm an uneducated Midwestern bumpkin that I think just have good political instincts. I think I just got good. I would say that I think I got good political instincts, but I'm not nothing special. I'm just an ordinary Midwestern boy. You know what I mean? Let's talk about Joe Biden here, because you guys understand we are witnessing a bottom 5 presidency right now, right? We are witnessing historic levels of incompetence right now. Joe Biden is going to go down as a bottom 5 president. I made this list before October 7th, the way Biden failed. But Biden inability to handle this conflict, because remember, after Iran's very precise and telegraph attack, Biden said that, hey man, Israel, please take the win. The Biden administration was begging Israel, please take the win. There was a lot of reports that was the messaging behind the scenes. But not only that, I watch a lot of corporate media. You guys know that. Not only was the Biden administration pushing for that, they sent the memo to all their allies in the media to push that. If you watch More Than Joe, if you watch CNN and all the Biden media plants, they was all pushing the talking point that, oh my God, Israel won. Israel, this is a victory. Come on, please take the victory. They will bring on Israeli spokespeople, Zionists on, and they're like, hey man, you guys should take the win. Then they're like, no, man, we got the right to respond. So despite Biden trying to do what he could, I don't think he's doing everything he could. He's trying to stop Israel from launching this global war, and he failed, my friends. This is gonna be considered, and you guys know I'm a fan, and I studied history before I was into politics. Biden's going to go down, especially like this is going to be catastrophic for the global working class. This war, it's on now, guys. You got Israel striking Iraq, Syria, Iran, and Iran after the first strike said, we gave you guys 12 fucking days. This time, and here's the quote. Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Ali Bagheri said Iran will respond to new mistake by Israel in seconds, not days or hours. This time they will not have 12 days. So this is the messaging coming from Iran after their attack. They're like, bro, that attack on Saturday was bullshit. Like that was literally just a message that we can touch you, like Scott Ritter said. But if you guys continue this conflict, if you guys attack us back, especially on our soil, boy, it's not going to be a fucking 12-day notice. Now, we know Iran, and once again, we've got to be clear, we know Iran is known for their bluster. Iran is actually very calculating. They don't do rash decisions. So we don't know if their statements is true or not. I have to be clear with you guys. We don't know if that's a true statement. I'm just telling you guys what they said. What they said is if Israel launch another attack, Iran will reply immediately. Iran will reply within the next day or so. So we will see if that will be true, because I'm not going to sit here and pretend anything that comes from Tehran comes to be. I'm literally like, this is a live reaction stream. I'm finding new receipts as we speak. But as I was saying, Biden's going to go down to the bottom 5 president. People are going to be embarrassed to be associated with this psychopathic administration that they failed in their proxy war. And once again, when I do this analysis, I'm not even necessarily doing this analysis as a leftist, as an anti-imperialist. I'm saying just matter of fact. Hell, even speaking for the empire, this analysis I'm about to say. He lost the proxy war in Ukraine, completely failed on that front, completely failed in Africa. The influence of Africa in the United States is at an all-time high, all-time low, I mean. The United States was kicked out of Niger, and now there are reports and there are complaints that Biden is abandoning and stranded United States military in Niger and using them as bait. The same way he used soldiers in Syria that was killed. He is turning United States soldiers into criminals by having them illegally occupy Niger and using them as bait. So if the Nigerian government or anyone affiliated with the Nigerian government, if they attack the United States soldiers, they will have means to have full war with the Nigerian government that they always wanted. This is the war that France and ECOWAS wanted to start. So you have major failures in Africa. United States losing influence in Africa. You have the United States getting their ass beat in Ukraine. You have Joe Biden funding a genocide in Palestine, leading and helping Israel in a war that will lead to their defeat. Once again, this is not my analysis. This is not a leftist analysis. This is a default imperialist analysis in a lot of ways. Because in this analysis, I'm telling you guys, Biden led Israel to a loss. That's bad. Like, that is not, no matter what your politics are, Israel's about to take a loss because of Joe Biden. Europe completely about to lose influence. They're getting destroyed with energy prices. Biden lost a ton of influence because his war that he was waging against Russia. Like, there's never been an administration that I have seen that has taken L after L after L after L, like the Biden administration. You now have the rise of BRICS. You have record amount. You have these countries in the global south that are flexing their international muscle and shying away from the United States. Joe Biden is going to be a bottom 5 president of all time. It's interesting to watch it happen, because everything that people said that Trump would do, Biden is doing. But people said Trump was going to lead us into global war, World War III. They said Trump would lead to a decline in United States influence. Everything they said will happen under Donald Trump had happened under Joe Biden to the nth degree, even worse than what they stated would happen under Trump. Even in their most insane Trump derangement mentality. Oh shit, I found a segment from Fox News. This is about to be fucking crazy. This is a live reaction stream, as you guys know. So just like I did Saturday, the stream that was banned. So this is what we're gonna do. Holy shit! All right, no, this segment about to be batshit crazy. So before we watch this video, I'm gonna continue my unplanned monologue. This is my reaction to everything that's going on, my friends. This is why we have 2,100 people watching right now across X and YouTube, and I think we're on Twitch as well, but our Twitch is not that big, to be honest. So welcome if you're watching. Like and subscribe, share if you're on X, do your thing. This is another live reaction stream. You guys get to see this one. Last time I did this on Saturday when Iran retaliated, that shit hit 26,000 views just on YouTube. At one point, I had like 5,000 live viewers. It was a historic RBN stream that broke the algorithm. And because I was exposing the lies from the Empire, they had to pull that stream. And I'm not the only one. I think it happened to Heartlands Media, our friends at Heartlands Media as well. So I want to give a shout out to my friend Kit, who does great work at Heartlands Media. Who he had his stream pulled as well. What we are seeing right now, and I'm still wrapping my mind around the consequences of this. And I'm gonna show you guys some live reactions from anti-imperialists. We're gonna take a look at X. I'm gonna show you guys what a lot of people are saying. We're gonna go through a lot of this live. I found this clip just now, like Fox News posted this like maybe 20 minutes ago. So let's see their unhinged reaction. Before I get into that, I want to say this is the utter failure of international law. International law and the failure of international law to stop the terrorist credence in Israel. Those rabid monsters who believe they're above international law because they put Jewish supremacy, the belief that they can do anything to any non-Jew that they want. That's why there's mass rapes of Palestinians, because Jews, and including one of the head chief rabbis of the IDF that said that he was okay with using rape as a tool of war. I literally had to show you a receipt for that. I can't just say that without showing you guys a receipt. IDF rabbi, you guys know, if you guys new to the channel, I'm all about receipts. I don't just say stuff and expect you guys to believe me. Condones rape. Fuck, I just show you guys my Google search too. Fuck it. I'm a big receipt, like, cause that's help our legitimacy. We have proletariat network. I'm working class. I don't have any titles that I can rely on, so I can lie to you guys like the professional managerial class do. You guys know I show you guys receipts because I'm not here to lie to you guys. That's why YouTube is full of shit. When they said that my stream on Saturday was misinformation, when you guys saw the people who watched live, I was reading from the New York fucking Times. I was reading from the New York fucking Times, and they said I spread misinformation. Fuck you, YouTube. I purposely avoid sources that I like all the time, and purposely pick out mainstream media sources or an RBN to show you guys I can use the knowledge that they know to show you guys that my politics is legitimized. You can use mainstream media sources to preach revolution. I think someone said, let it go. I feel you. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I'm not going to let that go, though. I miss UFC 300. I'm still pissed about that downstream. There's the chief rabbi who said that, yeah, we are Jewish people. We can rape whoever we want. In fact, it's a legitimate tool of war. He was now the head chief of the IDF, chief rabbi. Look, Israel Army. I should click the other link. Look, IDF tap chief rabbi who once seemed to permit wartime rape. Israeli Army appoint chief rabbi who condones rape. You guys are surprised that these monsters are committing a genocide Are you surprised that these monsters then projected their rape culture on the Palestinians? The New York Times was completely exposed by the Gray Zone, and then Ryan Grimm tried to steal the reporting. The Intercept tried to steal the Gray Zone's reporting on the New York Times false rape hoax unapologetically. Aaron Mate called Ryan Grimm out, and he was like, come on, man, stop being petty. What do you mean being petty? You literally plagiarizing the reporting of the Gray Zone, and no one should ever fucking let that go. You guys know that Ken Klippenstein and Ryan Grimm are unapologetically, with the help of the establishment, stealing the work of the Gray Zone. Max Blumenthal and Aaron Mate, who put their neck out, was smeared by the establishment for exposing the false rape hoax. And now the Intercept, after it was exposed, after the establishment gave them permission, now they want to come out, and now they want to steal their reporting. Ryan Grimm is a cancer, bro. And then they're calling them out. The Gray Zone is calling them out for stealing their reporting in a disgusting way. And you want to know what Ryan Grimm and their supporters are doing? They're weaponizing civility politics. You guys see how civility politics is our enemy? They're saying, oh my God, why is Gray Zone being so mean? Why is Gray Zone starting all this drama for stealing our fucking reporting? Of course they're going to call you out, and they should. That's all these scumbags have. If you're lying on that shit. Civility politics. But the point, I'll go back to the point I was making earlier regarding the failure of international law, and we get to this video. You guys know there's no outline for these live videos. You guys are hearing me spitball, my friends. This is just on top of my head. I'm pulling these receipts live right now. I just found this Fox video. I'll have no idea what this shit say, but I know it's going to be crazy. I'm going to show you guys what this says. I'm literally going to hear this for the first time. I'm scared. Let's listen.
And good evening. I'm Trace Gallagher. It's 10 p.m. on the East Coast, 7 o'clock here in Los Angeles. And this is a breaking news edition of Fox News at Night. There are reports coming in that Israel has now begun its highly anticipated retaliatory strikes against Iran. Now, we are tracking these developments, and we are hearing that explosions have been heard over Iran proper, as well as in southern Syria, and explosions heard above Iraq. We do not know if any areas of Iraq were hit. We think there were some explosions in southern Syria, and there are reports of possibility of strikes in southern Iran near the Natanz and the Fordow nuclear facilities. Remember, these are the facilities that are.
You guys, if you guys see my Nick at Night last night, you guys saw how I covered how Fox News was all for this. Like that, they was pushing for retaliation immediately and as hard as possible. So Fox News is going to be like they have been for the last few days and forever, but even more so, even more insufferable. Fox News is calling for your sons and daughters to die in war. They are calling for the global working class to be destroyed with the increase in oil prices that is destined to happen in the result of this conflict. Anyway, let's watch this because I'm watching this for the first time too. So let's watch this. I'm curious what they say.
To be places that you can produce nuclear weapons. They also have a uranium conversion facility in Isfahan. And this is also in southern Iran. And there are reports that there have been airstrikes in that area as well. Let's get live on the ground now to Tel Aviv. That's where Trey Yinks joins us live. Trey, what are you hearing? What are we learning?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, hey, Trace, good evening. Right now we are following reports.
This is an Israeli propagandist from Tel Aviv. Fuck. These people are traitors, man. You have Israel, a terrorist state, violating international law, plunging us into global war, and you bring on this Israeli terrorist scum, this colonizer scumbag? There's going to be a reckoning, man. If we can fucking win this battle, there's going to be a reckoning for these Confederate-level traitors in AIPAC and these Zionists. I am not letting my boot off their neck for the rest of my fucking life. And you guys shouldn't either. You guys saw what the fuck is happening at Columbia. They're ruining young people's life for being against genocide and protesting power. Our government was completely hijacked by the Israeli scum, and during breaking news segments, their first reaction is to bring on the Israeli scumbags. I got the same position as George Galloway right now. I don't recognize Israel. I don't debate Israelis. They are terrorists. But let's continue.
Yeah, hey, Trace, good evening. Right now, we are following reports out of the region of airstrikes taking place in Iran, Iraq, and Syria. The Israelis at this moment have not confirmed that this is the retaliation to that massive Iranian drone and missile attack last weekend. But here's what we know.
My hotspot shit is going crazy. My hotspot group chat is going crazy. Let me read this. Breaking Iran. Now, let me put this on the screen. You guys know this is a live coverage, so live coverages are not planned. I'm going through this information as I get it. Iran activates air defense system after attack by Israel, protects nuclear facilities in Isfahan. IRGC says several drones were shot down and they will counter by attacking Israel's nuclear facilities. So it's on, bro. It's on. Holy shit, dude. This shit is moving so fast, bro. What? Fuck. What the fuck? Bro, fuck it. You guys realize this is why all the serious anti-imperialists had their eyes on Israel? All the people that are like, man, I should have been covering Israel more. Now you guys see why I've been covering Israel as my primary issue for years. For years now. The Vanguard and all these shit-lib channels accuse me of using Palestine as a reason to cancel their favorite politicians. I used it to cancel John Fetterman. And it was like, oh my God, you guys care too much about Palestine. You guys are one issue. I questioned and grilled Marianne Williamson over this. Now you guys see why I cared about this shit? Do you guys understand what the hell is going on? Anyone who was anti-imperialist, they had their eyes on Israel because we knew these psychopaths was going to start a global war. This is going to fuck us. This is not good. War is not good. Even though I am unapologetic and I want to see Israel, I gotta be careful. I'm on YouTube. I think Israel deserves everything coming to them. Let's say that for the sake of being on YouTube. Despite that, man, this shit is catastrophic. I said this on X. Actually, I want to see how that tweet is doing. I said this on X just before I went live. If you have family in the military, you have family that want to join the military, get them the fuck out right now, or I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear you complain about your dead family members in the military. You guys, they are willing to sacrifice. If you're a soldier in the military, get the fuck out. It's not honorable to join this violent institution simply because you want free education, a few perks. The era where we pretend that becoming a United States veteran and being in service in the United States military, serving this psychotic ruling class, you gotta know, willingly sign up to serve this psychotic ruling class that we have right now is literally an insane decision to make. Especially as they are preparing this global war, and you have Republicans right now and Fox News. I promise you, they're right now. They're all for it. Let's support Israel for this war. Let's start this nuclear conflict that's going to get many soldiers killed. You guys are signing up to die for the ruling class? The fuck is wrong with you people? This devil's bargain you guys make. People like, oh man, come on, Nick. You understand? They're just doing it for education. Fuck you. Selling out the global working class and humanity so you can get free healthcare and taking shortcuts is not honorable. And I'm tired of people pretending otherwise. Get your family the fuck out of the military. Convince everyone to leave the military right now or you're complicit. And yeah, I see people say this all the time. I got a ton of veterans who watch my show. Damn, the comment section moving so damn fast. Holy shit. How many people y'all watching? Bro, you guys see my rants against the military? Bro, I get veterans love my rants against the military more than most people do. there's the military, the career military people are scum. But most veterans are like most of the veterans who watch RBN, they know I'm right about this shit. When I have these tweets that piss off these career military psyop people, they know the veterans on the ground, they know I'm right. Fuck them. There is nothing honorable about being career military. You selling out the global working class to work for the most criminal, violent cabal we've seen in modern history. For what? Because so you can get a free education. You want free healthcare instead of engaging in revolution and taking it for the ruling class. You decide to be their fucking lapdog. The peace movement has failed in the West. It failed in the West because people fucking glorify these imperialists in the military. We need to stop normalizing that shit. That's why the left anti-war movement has failed. We had an anti-war movement in the West for decades. What war we stopped? We haven't stopped war because there are people anti-war who worship the military. That's fucking contradictory. You have people who worship the military, and then you have people who demonize our enemy. People like Dr. Cornball West. You have Bernie Sanders, social democrats, democratic socialists. These scum. They demonize Russia. They demonize Iran. They demonize China. They demonize Nicolas Maduro. And then they say, I think war is bad. You undermine your message. Why you guys think the anti-war movement in the West failed? It's literally, I need to get back on track. But by reaffirming their talking points, by worshiping the military, by refusing to humanize our enemy, humanizing Putin, humanizing Xi Jinping, and a lot of people don't know. Like I didn't have beef with Cornball West. I didn't have heat with Cornball West until he called us out. He called us Jimmy Dore adjacent because we called him out for bootlicking Alexei Navalny, and he said that people who back up and is soft on Putin. He said people who soft on Putin is on the Jimmy Dore plantation. Colonized mind, brother. A peace activist that affirms the talking points of the CIA. You guys understand in Russia, they have all the policies that social democrats have failed to get in this country. You know all the social democrat policies that you guys tried to accomplish in this country? Socialized medicine, they have in Russia. They got healthcare. They have paid maternity leave in healthcare in Russia. They get at least 180 days paid maternity leave in Russia. They have a family. They get healthcare sponsored by the government. Everything that you guys are asking for, they have in Russia. But you guys want us to have Putin derangement syndrome? This is the failure of the Western left that led to these wars. All right, I'll get back to you. I'm ranting now. I need to probably sign off because it's actually late here. So let's cover some more Iran stuff. I'll read some super chats and I'll get back on track. Because I know you guys probably want to hear some news. Let's finish the Fox News segment. Sorry, this is a live segment. What's popping? Let's go. Let's go. Hold up. I was just about to say that I'm here doing this shit on my own. I produce my own shows, Nick at Night. You guys know how to jump on. We got my brother JB. What's popping, brother? What's popping? Our intellect JB fine in the house.
I leave your ass for 1 second. 1 second. And then Israel decides to do this?
I'm sorry,
what in the world? What in the hell? I had to come. Like, I can't be on very long because I got to be up at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it's late.
But my dude, what in the world happened? Because look, last time I checked, what Iran did was just symbolic to basically say, I think it was Scott Ritter who said that, look, Iran could have did a whole lot worse. But what they did was measure just to share, this is what we could do if we really wanted to. So pump your brakes. And now look at it. And now Israel's got their tighty whities on a bunch trying to go after Iran now.
Yeah, bro, they attacked Iran, Iraq, and Syria. And you have Zionists and these Israeli scum that are still pretending to be the victims in this. You have the UN and the Biden administration that condemned Iran for literally engaging in their right as laid out as in Article 51 in the UN to retaliate against the strike on their sovereignty when Israel attacked their Iranian embassy. That's laid out legally in their right. Israel violated international law multiple times, but not only that, it did it in the most disgusting, insane way, attacking an embassy, something that is considered off limits no matter what. Even the United States accept in what they claimed is accidents, avoid doing that stuff. Israel did it on purpose. Meanwhile, the media in our country pretending that Israel didn't try to escalate this conflict, that they're somehow the victims of this conflict using these made-up Iranian proxies. Like you talked to Richard Meadors. Richard Meadors made this great point, and I highly agree with it. We should not set this talking point of Iranian proxies. These people work on their own, my brothers. Mm-hmm. So you have people in Syria that attack United States soldiers because they're occupying their country illegally, fam. Those people in Syria don't need the government of Iran to tell them to attack United States soldiers that are illegally occupying our country. Do you understand? Our media tells us that the reason why United States soldiers are being attacked in Syria is because they got direction from Iran, as if people need a fucking motivation to attack people invading their sovereignty. And I'll make the example, and I'll pass it right to you, JB. Imagine if you had Chinese soldiers walking in fucking Times Square in New York. Imagine they just walking in Main Street. You had Chinese soldiers just occupying Main Street. Do you think the United States would need the UK to tell us to retaliate? Go ahead, JB.
Here's the crazy part. The question is, do occupied people have the right to resist or not? Because if an occupied people have a right to resist, Palestinians have a right to resist, Syrians have a right to resist, Iranians have a right to resist. Hell, look, indigenous Americans have a right to resist, right? So with that being said, then why in the world are we constantly, well, not we, but why is these Western governments constantly going into these countries and messing with people? And people say, well, they struck us. Well, who struck first? Right? The thing is that ultimately, I think there was, oh man, I forgot this. I don't want to mess up this quote, but it was a quote that was said by somebody that said, until Israel existed, we had no enemies in the Middle East. And people talk about, oh my God, Iran's such a dictatorship. Well, first of all, Iran wouldn't be what it is today if the United States didn't do what it did to Mohammed Mossadegh when they actually took him out and replaced him with the Shah.
Yes,
so,
sir, JB.
So everything that has happening is really chickens coming home to roost. That's one of the beautiful things about what Malcolm X said. Chickens coming home to roost. And yet still, they exercise restraint when it comes to the United States and the West. And yet, what is going on now? Now, chickens come home to roost, and now they want to throw, the West wants to throw stones and then hide their hands. And this is what the biggest issue is. And this is some of the points that you're pointing out, which I appreciate, is that the West can no longer hide its hands because everybody else is watching the West in 4K. We see that crap. So we're like, no. We see what you're doing now. And so guess what? When the report came out, where there are millions of tons of liquefied natural gas under Gaza, the Ben Gurion Canal that they're trying to build through Gaza, the oil fields that are off the coast of, Palestine, especially in Gaza and the West Bank. We see what they're doing. We know that this is all imperialism. We're following the money just like they are. And so now they're mad because they can no longer hide and say, well, we're doing it to spread democracy. Well, we're doing it because we want to have freedom around the world. No, you don't. You don't want freedom. You want oil. That's basically what it is.
Our brother, I told you guys many times before, unapologetic. JB is so fucking slept on. If you guys haven't subscribed to JB channel, what are you doing, my friend? What are you doing? What like I said, like when it comes to substance, there's no more substance channel than JB Font on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe to JB Font channel if you haven't already. My dear brother, I love your analysis so much, man. Like I literally can't even follow that with anything better than that. And this stream, feel free to come and go as you free, JB. This will be late at night tonight. I'm probably definitely gonna keep this one an hour, maybe like hour 115 at most today. I'm gonna definitely get through the Fox. I'm probably gonna watch another, I'm gonna try to find another Fox News video. I'm gonna see what they're fucking saying. I'm also gonna show you guys some base takes as well, so we're not just watching establishment stuff. I'm very scared because you guys saw what happened on Saturday. Like, I'm very worried about using like links from X and Twitter and not mainstream sources. So for this stream, I'm trying to just stick to mainstream sources because RBN is we are under a microscope. You guys know this. People follow RBN for a long time. I had a stream that was on it was literally set to hit 100,000 views, like 26,000 views. They pulled it. So I'm gonna be as careful as possible. So everyone who watched this stream, when it eventually get pulled, you guys know that YouTube is fucking with us because we are literally showing you guys shit. I had that was a Jerusalem Times article that was just up, my friends. I was reading CNN as well, so there's literally gonna be no excuse for YouTube to pull this stream this time. So we made it 9 seconds in this. Actually, before I get back into it, I'm gonna read some super chats before I get buried. I just see a few here, so I'm gonna read a few super chats before I move on. I appreciate all the support. This is apparently a thing now. Nick at Night breaking news. Shit, I might well turn that to a thing. Hey, Aaron, my friend, can we get a thumbnail? Can we get a graphic for that? I think that's gonna be my thumbnail I'm gonna use for these breaking lives. I like that messaging or ARJ. Nick at Night breaking news. That's a thing now, apparently. Thank you, ARJ, for the super chat. Thanks for the coverage. Crazy times. Appreciate your voice. I appreciate that as well. And thank you for $5. KDK7. This should be on Rumble too. Do Dissonance and Jimmy get bigger live numbers over there. My Rumble, this is why CJ helped me set up Rumble. Whenever I set up Rumble, that shit don't work. I don't know why. Like I tried to set up Rumble on Saturday, that shit didn't work. I tried to set it up on Wednesday. For some reason, I must be doing something wrong, but we can talk about that later, JP, because I need to figure out what the hell I'm doing wrong. Yeah. Because I know you got set up separately. I tried to do that. It never fucking works. But yeah, we do good numbers on Rumble too. Like we got 3,100 people watching across all platforms right now. And we will be doing pretty well on Rumble. I don't think we're on Rumble right now. I'll read a few more super chats. Thanks for the $2 here. Israel retaliates. Iran attacks. Yep. The language they use. Nothing is an accident. We got another super sticker. And I'll read one more, and then I'll read some more super chats afterwards. So I appreciate the support, guys, for the live coverage. Once again, I was playing 2K with my brothers. Now, I'm like, this shit is crazy. I'm glad I'm able to provide some information to our family at RBN. Then for $2, ARJ, up to 1K viewers on YouTube. Let's go. And let's go. Let's continue this video. I'm curious to see this is some Israeli scum that they brought on. I'll go back a few seconds for context because I didn't play this in a while. Actually, yeah, I'll go back to here because there's a lot of introduction stuff. So let's watch it from here. I'll let it play. Feel free to interrupt anytime, JB. I just want to see how mainstream media is covering this right now.
In southern Iran, near the Natanz and the Fordow nuclear facilities. Remember, these are the facilities that are said to be places that you can produce nuclear weapons. They also have a uranium conversion facility in Isfahan. And this is also in southern Iran. And there are reports that there have been airstrikes in that area as well. Let's get live on the ground now to Tel Aviv. That's where Trey Yinks joins us live. Trey, what are you hearing? What are we learning?
Maybe you notice how the first instinct of Fox News after Israel launched a highly illegal terrorist action that going to start a global war is to bring on a spokesperson from this terrorist regime. But I'll let it continue because I already made that point.
Yeah, hey, Trace, good evening. Right now, we are following reports out of the region of airstrikes taking place in Iran, Iraq, and Syria. The Israelis at this moment have not confirmed that this is the retaliation to that massive Iranian drone.
You see how Americans are trained? We don't know if the Israelis confirmed it. Why are you basing your coverage based on what the Israelis say? Nigga, if the Israelis said the sky is blue, I'd be questioning that. At this point,
it's like what police. I'm sorry, when people the local news ask what police think about what happens. Like they're always like police say or law enforcement says,
absolutely,
and it's like, well, what does the community say? And they don't really get the word from the community.
Oh man, I have a hard time making it through this video, as you guys see. I haven't usually I watch the segments first before I show it, but this is a live coverage, so I'm seeing this for the first time. So you guys seeing how fast I get triggered by Fox News coverage.
And missile attack last weekend. But here's what we know. Some outlets citing American officials. And again, these are preliminary reports based on the information that we are gathering right now. We've reached out to Israeli defense officials and are waiting for comment. Local media is reporting explosions in the Iranian city of Isfahan. Isfahan sits about 200 miles to the south of the Iranian capital of Tehran. At this location, there is an Iranian nuclear facility. There are also reports of activity at other locations across Iran.
I'm going to just show this breaking news. Like, you guys know this stream is all over the place. I'm showing you guys stuff as I find it. And I see a lot of people report on this. And this is why I was just talking about this in the beginning of the stream, man. We got to confirm this some more, but I'm seeing a lot of reporting. I see this is a account I trust a lot, my friend Monica. Israel attacked Iran, and within the hour, gas prices skyrocketed. Are you guys ready to pay for Zionist aggression?
But weren't they saying something like this? Well, we should be willing to pay more for gas just for freedom.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Wasn't that said for the Ukraine war?
Yeah. They was like that's a worthwhile sacrifice. I specifically remember them making that argument. But are you guys ready to pay for Israel? All the American first people who bootleg Israel, you guys ready to pay for increased gas prices so you guys can have your little pet fucking theocracy, apartheid state in the Middle East that doesn't have a legitimate right to exist? So I'm gonna get back to the video. I'm gonna be going back and forth because as these videos play, this is a good way to do my live stream. I'm gonna play these videos to give you guys information and we can reply, but it also give me time to find other information for you guys. So let's continue watching this as I find you guys more information. Let's continue.
This is significant because remember, the initial reporting leading up to tonight had to do with what might be a limited Israeli response to this large-scale attack last weekend conducted by the Iranians. So in terms of the targets that were likely hit in any sort of strike and retaliation from the Israelis, you are looking at nuclear research facilities, additionally, any sort of IRGC locations across the Middle East in places like Syria and Iraq, and then Iranian-backed proxies across the region. And so Iran-backed Iraqi and Syrian Shia militias certainly would be on that target list for the Israelis. The Israelis looking to send a message to Iran, if this is confirmed that they are behind these strikes, not to ever attack directly from Iranian territory toward Israel, and also to ensure that they will keep control of their proxies across the region.
Bro, look at this insane shit. Bro, I don't know if you were watching this whole stream, JB, but I said earlier, Joe Biden is definitely going down as a bottom 5 president because he oversaw the complete collapse of the Middle East. He oversaw and sponsored the genocide. He lost Africa. He lost United States influence. He saw the rise of BRICS. And this is not even me speaking as a leftist, JB. Like, this is just a neutral take. Like, even if you're an imperialist capitalist, you can say this, right? And not even a take that had nothing to do with my politics. Now, look at this. The United States will continue to deploy sanctions to counter any further action by Iran. You guys see why Israel does this? This is a failure of the Biden administration. In fact, I can't even say it's a failure. This is by design at this point. I said this on Saturday. When Biden in the world condemns Iran for their retaliation, and when they say they're going to put sanctions on Iran, but they silent when Israel launched, that emboldens the terrorist Zionist regime. It makes it more likely that they will launch attacks that lead to global war. This analysis that the mainstream media is too dumb to articulate is why people, historians, and people outside the United States especially, is going to view Biden easily as a bottom five president when this is all said and done. The way that the ruling class is going to kill us. But, Jamie, I think you want to chime in. Feel free. And I'm going to see if I can find another more recent Fox News video. Go ahead.
Well, you're basically speaking to the point. And so, parents out there, you ever go to school and you see a bad behind kid, right? And this kid, no matter what they do, they're always into something bad. And then you find their parents. And you think their parents are going to reprimand the kid once they find out the kid's doing something bad. But then you find out the parents are worse than the kid. This is Israel and the United States. Israel is the bad little kid that is beating up on other even smaller kids. And then the parents are the ones that are enabling the little kid to keep doing what it's doing.
This is what
it is. And so do you blame the kid or do you blame the parents? Me, I blame both. So that's how I feel.
The Nick and JB show is back. Man, this is I couldn't ask for a better time for you to crash my show. You guys know JB show on Sunday. You guys know I'm gonna crash that show here very soon. But you know, when we crash each other's show, magic happens. Magic happens when we crash each other's
show. Boo, bro. Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
So we watched a little bit of Fox News. We don't have to finish all of the Fox News segment. This video from MSNBC dropped 9 minutes ago. So this shit is fresh off the press. And this is Lawrence O'Donnell. So you know this is gonna be some neocon shit. You guys see he was just talking about the Trump trial, bro. These corporate media is unbearable with this Trump trial. Who gives a fuck? Like you guys see, he's like, all right, god damn it, I actually gotta cover something serious. Oh man, come on, man. I wanted to be on serious, man. God damn it. Now I gotta actually cover real news. How do people watch this shit, bro?
Gotta be an anchor for a living.
Anyway, let's watch it. But you guys see that's what he was covering earlier. And that's what MSNBC and CNN is covering 23 out of 24-hour news cycle in Trump trials. And people wonder why Americans are so fucking dumb. But let's see how he covers some real news for the first time probably all year.
We are monitoring breaking news in Iran. For more, we're going to be joined now by NBC News, Pentagon, and National Security correspondent Courtney Cooley. Courtney, what do we have?
So, Lawrence, there has been some breaking news all this evening that we've been trying to get more detail on. Here's what we know so far. According to Iran's semi-official state media, that's Fars, they are saying that there have been a series of explosions in Iran, in a city called Isfahan. Now, why a lot of our viewers may have heard of that city is because it's where some of Iran's critical nuclear infrastructure exists. But so far, it seems that these explosions are not specifically in Isfahan, where the nuclear facility is, but are nearby. Now, the U.S. officials are not saying anything.
You want to know my first reaction seeing this? And this is, maybe I'm overthinking this in some ways, but this shows, like, you guys see how the neutral tone in her voice? I'm gonna just talk about the facts as a matter of where's the mention of the fact that the Israeli regime, the country that we support, that we claim is a peace-loving country, just committed an act that may plunge us into global war. Meanwhile, she's talking like she's reading the fucking weather. You guys see how they set the tone? You guys see why I don't do that? They try to set your tone to be neutral on this stuff. What Israel did will be historic. It will be studied forever. It's an insane action. Meanwhile, she's talking like she's fucking covering a local sporting event. No emotion, no giving a fuck. But go ahead, JB. I think that's that. And once again, I may or may not be overthinking this, but I think this is one of the reasons why Americans are programmed not to care about this stuff. When you have these people just talking about crazy stuff, like it's not a big deal. This is a big deal, my friend. Go ahead, JB. I know you want to chime in.
Well, remember that Vox article that brought out about what they're told at the New York Times to not invoke any emotion when it comes to whatever they're talking about, what's going on in Gaza, while Israel, is doing what it's doing there. So of course, then they're not going to have as much seriousness. It's more going to be almost like a glee when Israel actually does any type of military action, because they want it to be seen as a positive thing. They want it to be seen as a good thing. And, and unfortunately, this young woman here that's on the screen, she is basically coached into being that way, particularly because of the powers that be at MSNBC. This would be the same way at places like CNN and CBS and ABC. They are, coached into being more gleeful because it's the West. It's the freedom fighters. To them, that's the good guys. So therefore, if the good guys are actually attacking, then you can be a little bit more happy. You can be a little bit more jumpy and jovial and things like that. But when it's Iran or it's Palestinian resistance, then you have to be very somber and serious and talk about it just like this. Because if you don't, then they will think that you're okay with what these horrible regimes are doing, right? And see how I just did it? The thing is that that's what they have to do in order to maintain their position, their job at these really state-sanctioned medias, even though it's not considered state-sanctioned, in their terms. It's still Western propaganda. So it just goes to show that's how they, yeah.
So I'm gonna watch some more of this. We're probably gonna wrap up in another 10 minutes or so. Once again, I want to make this a 1 hour update. There's gonna be a lot of cover on this in the following live streams. So let's watch some more of this report. As this report goes on, I'm gonna bring up some breaking news I think is important for you guys. But I think it's important to show you guys how the establishment is covering this attack that we know is bullshit. I see a lot of people saying that Iran is saying that this attack wasn't as successful as Israel and the West is painting it as, showing that the ineffectiveness of Israeli media. But we're in the very early stages of the attack, and there are a lot of fog going around right now. So I see a lot of reports that Israel just kind of was flailing, attacking targets blindly because they don't care about civilian deaths, that they didn't actually accomplish their objectives. But I try to find as much information for you guys as I can as we get to the last part of this live stream.
Infrastructure exists, but so far it seems that these explosions are not specifically in Isfahan, where the nuclear facility is, but are nearby. Now, the U.S. officials are not saying anything about this. Neither are Israeli officials. But of course, this all comes when there has been this back and forth.
They say U.S. officials not saying anything about this. Biden and his team was like, fuck. Fuck. Now, there's two ways you can read this. And I have two conflicting takes. There's the take that I think is the funnier take, which is more entertaining to make, that Biden is weak. His weakness and his failure of foreign policy led to this. Then there's the other take that I think is also very plausible, because we all know that Biden always wanted this war. And I can't sleep on that take either. That Biden probably wanted this to happen. And they are obviously saying to the media, like, oh no, Israel, don't attack Iran. That would be a shame if we get dragged into this war. So I'm going to ask the chat, what take do you guys think is more accurate? I literally don't know which one is true. I think there's a funny take that Biden's weak, but then there's this one that I think Biden wants this war. So let me know what you think in the chat. I will be reading it. So let's continue the video.
Between Iran and Israel and threats from both sides. Now, of course, on April 1st, the Israeli military struck a site in Damascus, which was later determined to be some sort of a consular site killing a number of senior Iranian officials, including a senior general in the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. Of course, we know, Lawrence, that last weekend, Iran retaliated with pretty great force, about 300 projectiles, missiles, and drones.
I'm sorry, I let it play, but you guys see the propaganda there, right? I was shocked at how restrained Iran was. I didn't give them enough credit on this show. I thought this shit was gonna pop off, and then I was surprised at how restrained it is. But you guys see how when they were talking about Israel attack, they said, "Oh, it's minimal force," but then when they talk about Iran, the extreme attack. I'll let it continue.
Most of which were shot down, but Israel again vowed to respond. Now, among the possible response options that we have been hearing about this week that Israel briefed the U.S. on ahead of the strikes last weekend was the possibility of some sort of a response inside Iran, but also the possibility of strikes against proxy forces and against Iranian facilities outside of Iran. There are also some reports tonight of explosions in Syria and in Iraq, but I really have to stress at this.
You guys see. I'm interested in seeing what you're gonna say next year to protect Israel here. But you know the story, how it's supposed to be reported? Israel launched attacks on Iran, Syria, and Iraq. You guys see how she's trying to slip the last two in? You guys see how Israel becomes way more unhinged when you report it in an accurate way? She's like, oh, well, I just have to add. I just gotta mention how they also attacked Iraq and Syria too. Bitch, you're not sneaky. What the fuck you just say? I need to stop cussing. But anyway, let's get back to the show.
Against proxy forces and against Iranian facilities outside of Iran. There are also some reports tonight of explosions in Syria and in Iraq. But I really have to stress at this point, we do not have any confirmation who was behind any of these explosions, these possible strikes.
Come on, man. Come on. I'm struggling here, JB. Okay, we got reports that there's explosions in Iraq and Syria. Who could have done that? We don't know who could have done that. They're so ridiculous. But we almost done. I'm just curious here, maybe another minute or two.
Other than to say, everyone has really been waiting on edge to see if Israel would respond to this massive volley of strikes that they took against Israel, that Iran took against Israel on Saturday, Lawrence.
And Courtney, this is ahead of where our information is now, but a few days from now, or whatever amount of time it takes, when would we have, or could we have, an accurate assessment, damage assessment of what might have actually occurred tonight?
You know what that question really means, JB? When will we get the proper memo on how to properly spin this story for the empire? You guys see how clueless these people are? Guys, I went on a rant for damn near 40 minutes this stream, just on top of my head, unprepared, out of my bed. Only thing I did was put on a striped shirt and comb my hair. And I can do an analysis of what I think. You guys see how these talking heads on corporate media like, I don't know what talking points. We didn't get fed any talking points. We don't have any memos. We don't know what the military-industrial complex wanted to say. Hey, do you have any information on what we should say about this? You guys see how many people can't think for themselves? That's how I interpret that question. These are all live interpretations. I may be on and off, but that's my interpretation. Listen to the question again. I think this reveals how much they are robots. And then I'm gonna read some super chats and I'm gonna see if I can get some more live. For the last part of the stream, I'll show you guys live X updates. I'm very scared to do that, but I'm gonna do that to wrap the stream up. So let's hear a response to this ridiculous question, I think.
But a few days from now, or whatever amount of time it takes, when would we have, or could we have, an accurate assessment, damage assessment of what might have actually occurred tonight?
So we're already seeing, frankly, some social media video of explosions over the skies in Isfahan. There's some things that are starting to come out from both Iraq and Syria. So we may get a better sense of that in the next day or so. It's about daylight in all three locations right now, Friday morning. So we may get a sense of that. The real question, though, is will we get any attribution to this? Now, keep in mind, there's a widespread knowledge that Israel has taken a number of strikes inside Syria in recent years, specifically usually going after Lebanese Hezbollah, going after shipments of component parts, advanced missile parts that Iran ships to Hezbollah in Syria. And they very rarely, if ever, acknowledge any of those strikes. It would not surprise me if we don't have any statement of attribution for who is behind these. Except,
all right, this is a waste of our time now. I feel like I've seen anything that I want to see on this. JB, you have anything you want to add to what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just look up. I'm gonna see to wrap the stream up. I'm gonna read super chats, and I'm interested in seeing any new live updates from my feed that I follow. So, JB, anything else you want to add before I try to find some more final updates for you guys as we begin to wrap up?
Yeah, as far as as far as Iran is concerned, what they did was a measured attack last time. If Israel is escalating this, you have a nation that has nuclear capabilities versus another nation that has nuclear capabilities. This isn't a Tyson versus Holyfield fight, but this is a Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight. Meaning, you don't have the heavyweights fighting. You may have the welterweights fighting, but you have very powerful welterweights that are fighting each other that could lead into the heavyweights fighting each other. And so the issue is that the blowback for this is that this is constant. Floyd Mayweather, man, come on now. I don't follow sports either, but I know exactly who's who. Come on, stay up. So, but that's basically meaning that we're being pulled into this new world war by means of the welterweights, Israel, Iran, because we all know who is going to back Iran, right? Most likely it's going to be Russia, China. They're going to be the ones that's going to back Iran. And then, of course, the United States, the G7 pretty much are going to be backing Israel. And so you're going to have two different fashioning sides. One side, yes, constant. Israel could be, Mayweather, because, I'll say that, because Mayweather is also becoming a Zionist tool himself. But the thing I'm mostly focused on is the fact that you have these lower level nuclear powers that are fighting against one another. That's going to bring in the larger nuclear powers to war against each other. And another point that I wanted to bring out into your question to the chat that you posted, Nick, was that what is Biden's what is his motivations for this happening? Is he upset that this happened and that he can't keep a leash on Netanyahu? Or is he happy that this happened and that Israel is doing the dirty work that the United States doesn't have to directly do? And then the United States can say, hey, it's Israel doing it. It's not us. Because ultimately, the United States would want, if Israel wasn't there, the United States would be the ones doing what they're doing, what Israel's doing to Iran right now. But because they have that attack dog in the Middle East, Israel is being the one that's doing the attacking instead of the United States. So the United States is, I would beg that Biden is actually pleased with it, because he could use Just like Ukraine, he could use the lives of Israeli soldiers as cannon fodder instead of the ones here. So therefore, it's not as politically dangerous for him sending our young people overseas to fight the war. He's just can send, Israeli lives overseas. And plus, they're conscripted anyway. They have to go. So...
Yeah, well said, JB. And I'm gonna show you guys that this is a very important update here because there's a information war going on right now, and I'm glad my brother's hotspot. I was looking at the DM here because you guys saw the corporate media coverage. I showed you guys on Fox News. I showed you guys Fox News and MSNBC that's reporting on Israeli attacks, missile site hit in Iran. You also have U.S. officials that's confirming that Israeli missiles hit sites in Iran. But you guys want to know what's interesting that I just found? I'll tell you guys in this live stream in the fog of war. In Iran, the story is completely different. So we know that Israel launched attack in Syria and Iraq. That's confirmed. You have U.S. officials that's saying that Israel launched the missile attacks on Tehran. So what happened? Was there a massive failure in this attack that Israel was supposed to launch? That's why United States officials had information to it? Because what Iran is saying is that the explosion was due to the activation of the air defense systems. And now you have us, we are seeing early footage. Once again, you guys know how I get this? This from our brother, this is from Hotspot, my brother and sister at Hotspot. I tell you guys need to follow Hotspot, man. And not just the videos that they help me edit. They are out here staying up, helping break news for us. Because they got footage of some people showing how there's like no damage. Actually, I need to be careful. Actually, I will be careful. I don't want to play these videos just simply because I don't want to give YouTube any reason to pull me. I don't want them to be like, oh, that's fake. So I'm going to say that Hotspot is reporting they're showing footage from some people showing that there's not that much damage. So why is the United States, why didn't show the footage just to be safe? Because there's a live coverage. So the question that we need to ask ourselves is if Iran is saying that there was no missile strike and this was a air defense malfunction, why is U.S. media reporting that Israeli missiles attacking Iran? What does it mean that Iraq and Syria was also attacked? I want to make sure we plug our boy channel. Hold up. You guys been sleeping on this, man. Hold up. I'm about to pull this up right now. Hold up. There's no way.
My God.
There's no fucking way y'all about to sleep on my homeboy like this. Here he is. You guys know I'm subscribed. You guys haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe to our brother JB Font. If you guys want to get the full RBN experience, as I said many times before, you guys subscribe to the whole network. We got Sabi, who does a great show, JB as well. You see the founders, we focus mostly on the main channel, but JB Font and Sabi got their own thing. If you guys enjoy JB's analysis, and I think you guys see JB and Sabi just did a show. When you look at the quality of guests, when you look at what he talks about, like the theory readings, there's no one that is more substantive. Just had Jill Stein on, had interviews with Richard Meadors. So you guys been fucking sleeping on our boy JB. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well. So I'll leave you guys with that. There's gonna be a lot of breakdown in the next few days. I told you 115 was actually my max. I'm tired too. It's about midnight where JB's at, so I really do. I wrap up. JB, what's that article from Al Jazeera? I'll give you a chance to show if you still want to show that.
Yeah, I just saw this. Just wanted to share this just for a quick second. I'm not going to take long because I got to go too. But this was actually from Al Jazeera. It says live explosions reported as Iran activates air defense systems. It says Iran has fired air defense batteries amid reports of explosions near a major air base as regional tensions rise following Iran's retaliatory strike on Israel after an attack against its consulate in Syria. U.S. broadcaster ABC News reported Israel had launched a missile attack against a site in Iran, citing a senior U.S. official, but it has no word from Israel and Iran on the alleged attack. So this came out not too long ago, 23 minutes ago to be exact. It says 3 drones brought down over It's
Isfahan. Yeah.
Sorry.
I had to look that up.
Sorry for
before
butchering the
we-
words. Says Iran state television has been reporting more details on the situations around Isfahan. Says it has around 2:30 a.m. 3 drones were seen in the sky. Air defense systems were activated and they destroyed these drones in the sky. So it's just this is a developing story. I am waiting to see exactly what's going to happen over the next few hours, really, because ultimately, like, what's going on. And another thing I'm actually waiting to see, Nick, is the response from Israeli citizens, because right now they are really at their wits' end, because right now what you have with the Houthis, and especially the Yemeni Houthis, that are blocking what's going on at the Red Sea, so that their shipments are going to be more costly, more expensive. They have to go around, the southern tip of Africa, which is about a 2 weeks added to their trip. So things are more expensive. Their gas is going to be going up higher. It's going to cause more tensions with regards to Israelis on top of this conflict, this massacre that, Israel is doing against the Palestinian people. So my question is like, are they ready to really just oust Netanyahu as soon as possible? Because this guy is unhinged. I mean, really, this is just, it's going to be, if you're an Israeli, you are probably biting your nails right now, because you are now in harm's way due to cellular colonialism and, being in that area. And now the fact that your, government is now waging war against Iran. If I were you, if I was an Israeli, I'd go back home.
That's why when we say to the river, to the sea, we're not calling for genocide. We're just telling you motherfuckers go back to Europe and Poland. Go back to your home. That's what we're calling for. Let's read some super chats when we get out here, because I know we both getting tired. I see a few here to wrap the show up. Thanks for the super stickers. I put a live feed up on the screen. Thanks for the $2. We're watching Idril Samson option in practice. Thank you, RB. Yeah. That's a new name, so I appreciate the super chat, RB Ham. Very powerful name as well. Thank you for the $5, Chris. U.S. would have a panic attack if Russia, China, Arab, African country build a base near Hawaii, California, New York. But we put bases next to Beijing, Philippines. Absolutely great super chat as always. Thank you for $10, Andrea. They want to destroy international law completely. Yes, they do. I said it before. The West is rebelling against the concept of international law. You guys understand?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are, like, when they just openly say, you guys realize there's no exception in international law for revenge. You can't use starvation as a tool of war. They just like, yeah, we can. Of course we can use starvation as a tool of war. Yes, we can use collective punishment. But let me continue to chat. They are unhinged and ready to rule by extreme brutality, and they will not go down without a fight. You guys don't know. JB always looking good. Look, JB always looking good. Much love to you, Andrea. We only have a few more here. Thank you for $5, Otto. 954 Armistice Day, which celebrated the end of World War II, would change to Veterans Day to brainwashed Americans. Well said. Thank you for the super chat, Otto. We have another one, 999 from Tiffany. Kim, a lot of new names, at least the names I don't recognize tonight. What about the United States controlling its proxy, Israel, and stopping committing a genocide? Thanks for the broadcast. Found you last week. Let's go. You two trying to suppress us and shut us down? Not happening. We still getting new people finding us. Welcome to, I just said a lot of new names. I knew it. I recognize a lot of people in our community. I see a lot of new names recently, and I appreciate it. This is another person I appreciate leaving a lot of super chats recently. Much love to Dan. Support RBN, support the truth, and help the world wake up. Probably supposed to be there. Well said, Dan. 2 more super chats that I see and I'm cut off. I think for $4.99. Peter, remember when the United States built a port using the bones of Palestinians? Do you think this was a plan to attack Iran, not for aid? Thanks for super chat, Peter. And this is the last one for Dr. Nick. What's popping? Best anti-Semitic chat ever. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the show. JB, I know it's late, midnight. What do you have planned for your channel? I know you dropping bangers after banger after banger on your show. We got planned.
Yeah, so I will be covering. I just did a reading of Water in the Spirit by Melodoma Patrice Somé. I read this earlier today, so that'll be coming out, and then the stream.
Maybe always reading, bro. You guys have no idea how much the amount of substance on that channel, man.
Yeah. And then I'll be doing, stay tuned, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'll be coming out. Laziness Does Not Exist by Dr. Devon Price. I'm finishing up chapter 7 there. And then when I go live next time, I'm going to do a live reading for The Will to Change, Men, Masculinity, and Love by Bell Hooks. We're going to be talking about that as well. I cannot wait to get into that particular one because I have a few videos that I'm also going to show and accompanying with that. So I'm going to do that as a live stream. I can't wait to do that one though.
Yeah, so you guys know JB with bangers. I think we got another banger tonight around 90 minutes. Completely unplanned, unscripted. Completely. I made a stream. Literally, I just took a picture. You guys see the thumbnail. I took a picture of Benjamin Netanyahu I found on Google. Just put war criminal on there. Like, all right, that's the thumbnail. Let's go live 15 minutes later. That's why I did live. I think you guys enjoyed it. I'm getting better at doing these live, Nick at Night live specials. You know what I mean? You guys know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go sleep, and I'm going to wake up. Then we'll make a hotspot video because I'm constantly working for more content for you guys. We don't got 2, we don't got 3 because I used to make 3. We got 4 hotspot videos every week that's coming out. That I'm making out. Hotspot like, bro, we need to make more videos, man. So this partnership we got a lot of potential. I think you guys have been enjoying the videos. They do all right on YouTube, but bro, these hotspot videos have been bangers on X. So there's gonna be another hotspot tomorrow. I'm not gonna go live tomorrow. I don't think. I'm probably saving for Nick at noon, Saturday or so. But there will be another hotspot video tomorrow. So that's what I have planned. Thank you guys for watching this live coverage. See you guys around, man. My friends, take care. Peace out.